Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. There's a certain kind of kindness that stays with you. Not the expected kind and not the kind people are supposed to show. I mean the kind that catches you off guard. The kind you weren't looking for and maybe didn't even feel like you deserved in that moment. I had one of those not too long ago. Nothing dramatic, just a day that felt a little heavier than usual. You know how those go. Everything's fine on the surface, but underneath something's off. You're a little shorter with people, a little more in your own head, carrying something you haven't quite put words to. I stopped somewhere, just a quick errand, didn't say much, didn't make eye contact any more than I had to, just going through the motions. And the person behind the counter, they noticed. Not in an obvious way. They didn't ask what was wrong, didn't try to fix anything. They just softened. Their voice, their tone, the way they looked at me, and right before I left, they said something simple. Hey, I hope the rest of your day is a good one. Now that doesn't sound like much. People say things like that all the time. But this was different. There was something in it, something real. And for a second, I felt it. That little shift inside, like something I didn't even realize I was holding, loosened just a bit. I didn't say much back, just nodded, maybe smiled, but I carried that moment with me. That's the thing about unexpected kindness. It reaches places that nothing else quite does, because it isn't earned. It isn't part of some exchange. It just shows up right where you are. Most of us walk through the day a little guarded, even when we don't realize it. We've learned to expect certain things from people. We brace for impatience, for indifference, for being overlooked. So we move accordingly. We keep things surface level. We protect our space, and we don't assume much. And then something small breaks through that. A look, a tone, a moment where someone chooses to see you, even briefly. And it interrupts everything. Not in a loud way, but just enough to remind you that there's still something good moving through all of this. I think we underestimate how much that matters, because it doesn't make headlines. It doesn't change the world in some obvious, measurable way, but it changes something. Right where it lands. And the part we don't always see is how far that goes. Because I left there a little different than I walked in. Still carrying what I came in with, but not as tightly. And later that day, without really thinking about it, I was a little more patient with someone else. A little more open. Not because I decided to be, but because something had already shifted within me. That's how it moves, quietly, from one person to the next. You don't always see where it starts, and you almost never see where it ends, but it travels. I've been on the other side of that too. Moments where I had a chance to be that interruption for someone else. Sometimes I took it, and sometimes I missed it. It doesn't require anything big. No perfect words and no grand gestures, just presence. Just paying enough attention to notice. Someone might need, to notice that someone might need a little more than what they're showing, and not even fixing it. That's not what our purpose was. Just meeting them there, even for a second. There's something really honest about that kind of kindness. It doesn't try to impress, and it doesn't ask for anything back. It just shows up. And the more I think about it, the more I believe that's what stays with us. Not the big moments that we plan, but the small ones we didn't expect. The ones that arrive right on time, without anyone announcing them. So maybe today it's not about trying to do something extraordinary. Maybe it's just about staying open enough to notice that moment, that person, that small chance to soften something for someone else. You don't have to change their whole day, and you don't have to say the perfect thing. Just be there. Just let something real come through. Because somewhere along the way, that same kind of kindness found you. Maybe when you needed it more than you realized. And now it moves through you. Not because you have to, but because you can. And you never really know how far that will go. It is amazing, guys. And I love you all very, very much. And you know what I need you to do, don't you? Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.